survival, it has an expiry date, because there comes a point when you start to realize that constantly negotiating your identity just to make other people feel comfortable isn't leadership.
So did you just stumble upon coaching, or then that
No.
was a planned?
So before I answer that, let me build up to that, if that's okay. I think one of the biggest, the most significant barriers, it wasn't external, it was internal, I will say. It was walking into rooms where no one looked like me, no one sounded like me, and I kept trying to convince myself that I still belonged here. And when you grow up being told directly or indirectly that people like you are not the ones who lead, you start to internalize that silence, right? And for a very, very long time, I carried that. So I would make myself smaller so that I wouldn't be labeled difficult. I used to soften my opinions to avoid being seen emotional or being too much of a woman. And I ended up editing myself just to survive that environment. But one thing I've learned is that, survival, it has an expiry date, because there comes a point when you start to realize that constantly negotiating your identity just to make other people feel comfortable isn't leadership. It's you're erasing yourself. It's erasure, right? So what helped me shift was understanding that my difference was not a deficit, right? It gave me insight into experiences. All these experiences, I use it as data, right? So it gave me insight into experiences that most people in the room didn't have access to. And for me, that perspective, being a visible Muslim, being a woman of color in government, coming from East London, because East London is a poor borough, poor part of London, that became my strength.